How dare you? Like, this is the network, baby. Come on. So a part of our initiative with Freestyle Friday is to just do something a little different. Me and Alicia are both successful in our own right and doing a lot of great things within our team here at the Surefire Group. So we thought that we can't be selfish and we can't keep it to ourselves. We got to be able to give back. And a lot of these subjects and topics that we're bringing to you guys are things that we personally interact on a weekly, talking about different things and just really getting down to, like, you know, our words really matter, and our words can actually repel people or attract people. And if you're in a situation where your business is not flooded with leads, that means that you're not attracting your potential client and you're potentially propelling them away. So, Alicia, how can you help us today? How can we become more mindful when we're having conversations, when we're networking, when we're creating content? What do you think? What you got for us?
Oh, well, that's a lot to unpack. So, um, the first step is you just have to do. You have to start doing, and things are going to screw up just like they did here for us today. And you have to pick up the pieces and carry on first and foremost. If your business isn't where you want it to be, um, it's ahead of you. So the only way to get there is to move forward. That's number one. Being intentional with your words, and your path is super important. Let others know what your intentions are, because if you don't, how are they going to know what to expect of you, right? If you book a meeting, let them know why you're there and what you expect out of it, and they will respect you. They will respect you more for letting them know what your intentions are and asking for the sale or asking for an opportunity, more than if you didn't, right? If you don't ask for it and you just spend 30 minutes with somebody and you leave the meeting, that was just a waste of everybody's time, yours and theirs. So ask for the business, ask if there's for an opportunity, and you'll probably get a yes. Or at least you'll get some insight as to why or why not, right? At least you can ask, at least you'll get that information. And then the last piece to that unpacking there is learn to ask more questions.
Mm.
Questions is so important to conversations. If you want to be a better communicator, which will help you in your sales skills, it's not about speaking, it's about asking.
My God.
Which is why traditionally females are better at sales than males. Um, because we are better at digging, right? And understanding psychology a little bit more and reading into the fine lines of scenarios and conversations. You have to listen beyond the words that are coming out of their mouth, right? So, and a lot of that has to do with digging and getting better at probing and asking those questions. So, talk less, listen more.
I do not think we're on Facebook, so we're preparing to go live on Facebook because the Facebook family, I love when they engage. So we got to run that back. We got to run that back because you just, all right, so we're good, baby. I see myself, and that's very important. Guys, we do apologize. We were rudely interrupted. And those that are still on YouTube, you know, we appreciate y'all. All right, so go ahead. We're unpacking some deep stuff right now, talking about how we can become more intentional when we're interacting throughout the week, when we're talking to potential leads, and when we're actually not looking for clients. They can actually come to us if we just frame it right, right? So, Alicia, go into talking about your motherly instincts.
My mother, like female. I said female.
I know, but there's I feel like every woman has like that motherly, you know, like I was telling my wife yesterday, right? She was my helper yesterday, right? So I said to her, I said, babe, thank you so much. Like, you have no idea how much you helped. And she was like, I mean, you did all the work. I really didn't do anything. And I said, you know, that's a lie. You made people feel comfortable, right? And
Mhm.
I think that's a big thing of what we're diving into is like, you know, how do we, because if you are in sales and you don't feel like you're an expert yet, it's okay. You can still learn and frame your conversations in a way where even if you don't know the specific answer, that you can find it, right? I kind of went off
Yeah.
to the side there, but I don't know. It's just kind of like hard for me to even verbalize, because when I started my YouTube channel, when I started my Instagram page, I didn't think I had anything of value to really say. And it was a lie, and it was all within my speech and limiting beliefs, right? So kind of go at it from that side as well, Alicia.
Well, but look how, but look what you've been able to accomplish, right? Like there is no guideline for anything in life. You just have to start. And if you're passionate about something, or if you want something, you have to take the first step and do it. Um, there's no guideline to anything, not even to sales, right? There's a playbook, but a playbook is just a playbook. It's just here's a set of scenarios. The scenarios are never going to play out accordingly. So you have to make the steps to go after what you want. And remember, the only people that are judging you is you. You're the only person thinking about you. No one else cares about you. They're not thinking about you. They're not watching you, and they're not judging you. And the only people who are judging you are the people who want to keep you down. So don't worry about them anyway.
My God. One thing I've experienced, Alicia, coming into entrepreneurship is exactly what you just said, right? And what do we do about the people that they don't even know that they want to keep us down, but maybe friends or family that they're not mindful or cautious of their words. Like how do we interact in those relationships?
Yeah, that's difficult.
No clear answer on that one either.
Yeah. Well, sometimes unfortunately you can't get rid of your family, and you shouldn't. But a way to offset that would be to increase those who can bring you more value, right? And who are going to add instead of take away.
Your network is your net worth, baby.
Right. Exactly. So the bigger your circle, the more people around you that are lifting you up. The less impact that those individuals are going to have on your life if you can't get rid of them.
So, what are some practices like that you kind of like, some practices, some disciplines, maybe some strategies that you implement daily, weekly in order to maintain the level of success that you have?
You have to keep your mind right. So whatever that is for you, you have to keep a clear mind. You cannot let others get in your head, and don't let distraction and don't let failures take over. When those things and distractions and failures do happen, let them just be a moment in time, and don't let them take up a week in time, right? Because it's going to happen and you're going to get discouraged, and that's okay. That those are human feelings and you shouldn't negate them. Accept them and use them as fuel or fire to get to where you want to go. So you have to process that so you can have a clearer mind to move forward. Your mind is most important and key. So if you're not taking care of yourself, then you can't move forward. So the practices are keeping your mind straight, and education, and having and knowing where you want to go. I'm not trying to be average. So I know I have a path and I know where I'm going, right? So you have to have big dreams. And if you don't have big dreams, what else do you want to accomplish? Those are my dreams. If your dreams are to be the best stay-at-home mother and to homeschool your children, that's fantastic. Lay out that plan and hopefully help as many people as you can. So, but you have to put that in front. You can't just wake up every day and wait there has to be a bigger, grandiose plan. There has to be, because you have to serve others and you have to make an impact to somebody, even if it's just your family. So I think just remembering that it's not about you, and always thinking, right? Like always growing in expansion mode, as big or as little as whatever your goals are.
Man, that was pretty heavy. What I want to kind of where I want to go in that is like, man, you just hit like so many different points, and I think sometimes we can't have those dreams or aspirations for two reasons. One, because we were never exposed to them. Um, and two,
Mm-hmm.
because of the limiting beliefs within the stories that we tell ourselves.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And I know even like if you would have if you would have told me 2 years ago, like, what's your plan, it would have not been this right now. And the reason why it
Mm-hmm.
would have not been this right now is because of the constant stories that I was telling myself, right? For a long time I was living under false impressions. I was believing lies that didn't even belong to me, and accepting
Mm-hmm.
others' beliefs, right? And that kind of what that did was it crippled me and all my potential and all
Absolutely.
future growth, right? So
Absolutely. Yeah.
what about our entrepreneurs, our realtors? Shout out to even the title people, the mortgage people. I know me and you spoke even this morning. I was really excited to be able to connect with one of our sister companies, I guess you would call that, Atlantic Abstract, helping our title reps increase the quality of their content and also the content output. But it's just like being able to see so many people just like me, like, new in business, new in entrepreneurship, and maybe at the height of where they're at now, maybe at the height of their career, really excelling. But I think we all fall victim to this, and at the end of the day, it's storytelling in a negative sense. So
Mm-hmm.
I would like you to touch on that storytelling, with the stories we tell ourselves.
If you believe it, then it's true.
My God.
Perception is reality. If that's what you perceive, or if someone perceives something of you, that is their reality. So if you believe that about yourself and you believe the stories in your head, that's all you are capable of. When you let that go, you are free. Um, so for those who want to have bigger dreams and who are not happy where they're at in life or in their career or in their styles, have bigger dreams because you can attain them. And the bigger the dreams are, the further you will get because there's never an end. It's a constant journey. So every day when you wake up to your goal, you are one step closer. To what? We don't know. Like you just said, your your dream was something different 2 years ago, but you were closer to something better than it was 2 years ago.
I got something really good too, right? Like on this note, right? I was telling, and like I like to keep best practices for me are journaling, doing things like this, voice notes. But as I started like really start to sketch out some of the things that have been impressed upon my heart as it relates to content creation, it's like, man, I wish people understood the opportunity at hand and if they got out of their head. Because
Mm-hmm.
like we're like the subject we're on is like, yo, we're all trying to figure it out in some sort of way or form or fashion. And none of us are where we want to be because a lot of us are have big goals, right? So we're
Mm-hmm.
never in the place of contentment. And I think that could be dissected a couple different ways as well. But like, I guess where I'm getting at this is I got 1,030 subscribers on YouTube, right? And I feel like I'm just starting, right? And this is the thing: we all start
You
at
did just
zero.
start. You did just start.
Yeah, I mean, but I had the channel for, I had the channel for 2 years though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're dedicated now, right? You have a vision now.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to point out, right? Like
Mhm.
if you start now, okay, I got it. Let me frame it like this. Now I feel ready. I feel
Yeah,
confident, right? I feel like
yeah.
I feel like now is the time. So what an unfair advantage because now that I'm ready, I already have 1,000, right? It's like you never know what you could accomplish if you just start, right? And this could be for so many things, but more or less for entrepreneurs looking to make an impact and start creating content, right? Start that YouTube channel, start exploring how the algorithm works and how your content
Hmm.
can connect you with all types of different people, right? But saying all
Absolutely.
that to say this, right, is one of my biggest sayings, you are the content. Not everybody wants to be the content. And that's because of these stories we tell ourselves. So the only way to solve that problem is to collaborate with others that will help you get there. Just like you guys see me and Alicia on here. This is, this is not because Alicia wants to be a top podcaster, ladies and gentlemen. This is not. This is because this is like content therapy right here. But honestly, Alicia, what do you think you have learned since? And it's not like we've been doing this long, but we have been creating content now for a little bit now. So what do you think you've learned about
Hmm.
yourself within this content creation process?
Um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if how much I learned about myself is what I've really taken out of this. What I've actually learned more is, to your point, you just said you have an unfair advantage. That's not, that statement's not true because you started the work. It just took you a year and a half to get to where you are. It's like anything else in life. Like there is no overnight success. It took, um, you know, I, the Miami, and I don't like to spell the news, but Messi's going to Miami. Like he has a saying, like it took him 17 years to become an overnight success. Like that's not an unfair advantage. That guy put in the work. You put in the work. So I don't. Back to your question, like what did I learn about myself? It's not what did I learn about myself. It's what am I? I'm putting in the work now. I don't know. I don't know where this is going, but I am putting in the work.
Yo, that was good, yo. Jeez, I like that one. Yo, that was good. No, and you're right. We shouldn't minimize the work. Um,
No,
but it is like it's so exciting and exhilarating, right? Because you don't know where this is gonna go. Like you have no idea and who it can connect you
no.
with. Um, but yeah, so wow, that was really deep, right?
Yeah, because it's not. Why put yourself down? Why minimize all of the back? I mean, all of the skill sets and the hours of figuring things out and all the back end stuff that you learned along the way. I mean, your knowledge and education that you taught yourself is invaluable. So one day I mean, this is how the world works. One day, Justin, when somebody calls super important, somebody super important is going to call you one day, and you are going to be ready because you put in all that work instead of the person who wishes that they got that call and doesn't have any kind of platform or foundation to work off of.
My God, this is good today, folks. Whew, man. Yo, you're so right. You're so right. You're so right.
Yeah.
And I okay, so I guess where we're at now is what is that block, right? And for the audience, I want you to ask yourself, what is that block for you? What is holding you back? Because this, like Alicia framed so beautifully, um, it's invaluable when you begin the process, right? And you start. And like Alicia, I'm proud of you because we argue all the time, but you have started the process. You know what I mean? We disagree, and that's what's beautiful about our relationship is that we, and that's something to point out too, right? Because I think sometimes like in conversations, right, when like it's almost like everybody just always agrees with everybody to be nice. And it's like, I don't want to just agree with you because no, that just doesn't sound right, right? That just I don't know, right? How can we have conversations like that? Because I feel like you disagree with me so beautifully. Like it's awesome because then it's like I can't get mad, but like I think a lot of times we don't have training how to have these hard conversations, and they might come up with colleagues, teammates, but most of all our clients, and our job at the end of the day should always be to provide the ultimate value to our clients. So
Mm.
what do you
Well, if
think?
you can't understand someone else's perspective, then how can you help? How can you help either of you? Um, Especially in sales. If I don't know what you want to accomplish, I could pitch you something all day long, but if it's not going to help you accomplish your goals, if I don't know what's important to you, then this is just a big waste of time. So I have to be able to communicate and ask questions, and it is uncomfortable. It is really uncomfortable, but you have to get. It's just like anything else. You have to get uncomfortable with the uncomfortable. You have to. Communication is like the number one skill. If I can above before sales, so forget the sales books. Communication. Go figure out communication, and you will be further than 99% of the humans on the planet. So, that's a that's a winning skill set for life right there. Um, but yeah, you how can you go through life? You're not alone. No one can do anything alone. You have to have partners. You have to grow with other people. You have to have a team around you. And if I can't understand you and understand where you're coming from, and I'm just going to tell you no, 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 go back to your corner politely. What am I learning from you?
Sheesh, man.
I mean, selfishly, Justin, we all need to be on video right now. We all need a media director. We all need to be better speakers. We all need to learn camera composure. We all need to be better marketers. So anyone who's going to give you any opportunity to do that would be a format to take them up on it. And any way to expose yourself, even if it's just practice. I don't know why anybody wouldn't take advantage of that.
Jeez Louise. So now we're talking about identifying opportunities, and yeah, and that's interesting that you say that because even the platform that I have, it's like 99 maybe like 90, let's just say 90% probably still aren't ready. You know what I mean? Still not ready, right? And honestly, this is another great way to help people prepare because at the end of the day, this all is like one straight line from how we communicate, how we speak, how we can become better at that. And when we become better at that, obviously that can overflow into our content creation efforts if done correctly, of course.
Mm-hmm. Well, why are the people not ready? Are they in their head not ready, or are they not ready with a strategy?
I think a lot of people, Alicia, like especially for new real estate agents, maybe the reason why they're not ready is because maybe And it's like I was, right? Like I thought that, in order to be successful online, you gotta, close your first deal at a closing, and you just really, you start to believe, you start to tell yourself these stories. And then when you
Mhm.
really get to it and you really start to learn, you start to realize social media is fake. All those posts are scheduled and somebody else did them. And it's just, it's all, nothing's real. It's all, it's all an illusion.
Well, it's okay. It's an illusion, not fake. It's marketing.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
It's exposure. Yeah, it's not fake. It's just exposure. Yeah, for sure. It's a strategy.
It is. It is.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, just remember that people people don't punch down. People, the successful people want to help people. The only people who are criticizing you and trying to keep you down, like
Sheesh.
I said earlier, are
Come
the
on.
people who still can't get it any further also, right? So the people who are judging you and want to make comments about your videos or your content are the people who don't have anything else better to do than to watch your video and content. So
Sheesh.
forget them. So make the video and post it because I send a lot of video emails and the first 45-second video email is going to take you an hour and a half. But if you don't do it the first time, then forget it. Like just retire, just go crawl under your bed because you have to do it. Like you have to do it, right? So then the second 45 second to 1 minute email video is still going to take you an hour and a half to do it. But you have to do it. You have to. So you have to do it. You have to figure it out. And then one day, that 1 minute video will take you a minute and a half. and, and you'll be more successful. Your conversion rates will be higher. You'll have a bigger pipeline or whatever you're trying to accomplish in life will be healthier, thicker, better because you put in the work.
And like, even on that, right? It's like I trip out. I trip out. I really do trip out sometimes because I'm like, all of this. It was now, yes, like strategy started to develop, in the midst of learning, but
Mm-hmm.
there was no real strategy at first for like my channel, my content. And yeah, it's like it can, that idea can take you an hour and a half, just,
Mm-hmm.
just like sketching out the idea and you might not even use it. And, but that's why I would encourage anyone that's trying to start their journey and trying to actually engage in some of these activities that we're talking about. Find a content collaborator such as Alicia and I. You like that, Alicia? I didn't say me and Alicia.
Mm-hmm.
Alicia and I. um, yeah, slight. Yeah, I got. We got all types of inside jokes, but no, it's we help one another. We collaborate on
Mm-hmm.
purpose. Ooh, I like that. Collaborate on purpose. Um,
Yeah.
but no, we really we help each other and we bring each other value. And then when you live stream and you break the fear of being in front of everybody, oh my goodness, it gets easier, it gets better. And then the fun part that I like the most is repurposing the content, seeing where I can improve, where I can develop, which words I can replace, maybe how I can stop using certain filler words, maybe so I can stop saying so many times. Like it's just like playing sports, right? For all my sports fanatics, or if your kids are in sports, right? What's the best thing you could teach um, let's say a young football player? And that's to watch the tapes and to master his footwork, right? So this is mastering our footwork. We're dancing right now. That's exactly what this is. And the only way to improve is to actually watch the content and cringe. literally.
Yeah. And then
Like,
remember, you're the only one judging you.
I still cringe like with my first interview with Joe McCabe. And I cringe probably at just how uneducated I was back then and like how unaware I was and how I'm at so much peace with it because I'm so much better today. And it's
Yeah.
because of putting myself in intentional situations and
Mhm.
actually being accountable to certain individuals. Because I was telling my wife the other day, I can't, like, I can't mess this thing up that I got going on right now because it's like as much as I have people buying me and things are flowing and they're moving, like you know, it's only flowing and moving because I intentionally have relationships like Alicia around me that won't let me drop the ball. You know what I mean?
But that was preparation, and preparation gets you to success, right? So you put in that year and a half years worth of work on YouTube to get you here today. Nothing, you cannot have any success without that foundation, without starting, right? If you are waiting for the perfect time to do anything, then there's never gonna be a perfect time. It's just the life doesn't work that way, and that's why life is so beautiful. Like it's an evolving thing. It's happening with us, for us, and there are no failures because failures lead to success. You cannot have a you cannot have success without failure. It just doesn't work that way. And if it did, it wouldn't be success because it would mean nothing. If anyone could have success, it would literally mean nothing. Um, and
And
so,
to your point, Alicia, that's why I feel like YouTube is the ultimate, like it's the ultimate non-failing strategy because like we're talking about you really can't fail. So that means if your content can't fail, what does that even mean? It means
mm-hmm,
that if you keep creating it, it will eventually get shaped and molded into that thing or that, whatever it is, right?
mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm, exactly.
it's the ultimate fail proof strategy to grow your business. And that is starting to create content today. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not playing. Say,
Today,
listen,
do it,
this,
do it.
this was so lit, Alicia. We've been on here 34 minutes, blew right past the 30 minutes. And for the sake of time and for the sake of, keeping it bright, airy, and fun, and then just being done, right? Like we talked about a lot
Yeah,
today. We unpacked a
really
lot
heavy.
today.
Yeah,
You know, close
yeah.
us out, Alicia. How do you think we can tie all this up in a pretty red bow?
Oh, geez. I feel like we were all over the place. Not all over the place.
I know.
It was wide. It was wide.
It was because
Um,
it started narrow, but then it kind of broadened and widened up. But yeah, however you think, and then I'll make some ties after that.
yeah. Um, the difference between where you are now and where you want to be is action. So all of this that we just spoke about and gaining success and getting to the next step, it's just action.
Massive
Most people are
action.
not going to take action. So if you want it and if you want it and you want it bad, take the action. Who cares about the mess ups? Who cares how much you're going to cringe at yourself? Um, go for it and don't let anything stop you.
That was beautiful. I guess what I'll say with tying all this up is you are the content is a very heavy statement. And it's a heavy statement because if you believe that you are the content and you begin your content creation journey, that you will become a better human being, you will learn more, you will be ahead of any competition because I have a strong conviction that I don't have competition. There's no competition in what I am looking to accomplish, right? Yes, there can be people that are doing similar things, but nobody's competing with what I'm trying to do, right? So it's that real self, and like you might not have the conviction in yourself right now. You might not have that self-belief, but if you begin the process, that's where
Mm-hmm.
you build the confidence because at the
Yeah.
like I said, I'm just starting with 1,000, and you know, like I'm just learning, right? I'm just figuring this thing out, but I figured out so much about everything else. And then when you learn about all these other things and then you realize there's still things not going on, it's like, oh, that's me. So then you got to make those changes. And then when you start to make those things begin to flow in order, and it's a beautiful feeling. It's a beautiful feeling. So you are the content. Be the content you want to see, right? If there's something that you do have a heavy conviction on, you believe in, and nobody else knows it like you, like take advantage of it and run. Start providing value, start getting known, and start reinventing yourself. But that's it for Freestyle Friday, y'all. Alicia, thank you so much. I really
Thank you.
I appreciate it today because we missed last week, and it's just like so much has been stewing, and like I'm proud of us. I'm proud of how this came out, and I'm freaking proud of myself, y'all. And I don't need no one else to be proud of me. You know what I mean? Because my kids love me. No, my wife loves me, and my kids think I'm Superman. So that's all that matters, y'all. So, but Alicia,
Oh, that's
you like that one?
Happy Friday.
Happy
Yes, I do like
Friday.
that a lot.
And
Happy Friday.
I will see you next Friday. You know, ne-
Yes.
next time you put it in Notion. How's that? Nah, I'm just playing. And we'll get with it. But listen, family, friends, Facebook, YouTube, listen, go out there, create something amazing, and burn a house down, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's grow. Freestyle Friday, y'all.